Cheide.
For this 3-minute rules, we will be looking at the combat phase, and in particular the sub-phase fight a round of close combat. In addition, we will look at who can strike and dividing attacks. All of this can be found on page 48 of the large 8th edition rulebook. All models that have now come into base contact with each other must now strike. Models cannot elect not to strike, nor can they normally be prevented from doing so. Who can strike? Models can fight if they are in base contact with an enemy model when it is their chance to attack, even if the model's bases only touch at the corner. In this case, we have the 5 dwarf warriors over here, and on this side we have the 7 empire spearmen. As you can see, they are in base contact, and these two here on the edge are in base contact because their corners touch the corners of each of these warriors. As such, we can say that in this combat we have 5 dwarf warriors fighting and we have 7 empire swordsmen. Were the contact to look like this with 4 swordsmen and 2 inner circle knights, we have a very interesting case here that these dwarf warriors now, this one right here and this one, are in base contact both with the swordsmen and with the inner circle knights. As such, these 2 dwarf warriors may choose which unit they would like to attack. The next step now is to find out how many attacks will happen in the combat. Typically, each one of these warriors will have only 1 attack, although some may have 2 or more. In this case, we have 5 attacks, 1 for each of these 5 warriors. Over here in this unit, we have 4 attacks, 1 for each of the swordsmen. Over here, we have 1 attack for each of the inner circle knights, and also 1 attack for each of the horses. In some special situations, it is possible to divide attacks. Let's say for this case that our dwarf hero here has 2 attacks. Now he is in contact both with the empire swordsmen and with the inner circle knights, and as such, if he so desires, he may send 1 attack into that unit and 1 attack into that unit. Just be sure that you announce that you are going to be dividing your attacks before you roll any dice. And with that, we come to a conclusion of this 3-minute rules on who can strike and dividing attacks. Thank you for joining us here today at Grey Army Gaming, where Grey can always play.